Well, the former Missouri defensive end won the 2014 SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Shane Ray, a top NFL prospect, according to our draft experts. Welcome to First Take. I hear you say you've been dying to be here. This is what you've been waiting for?
Definitely.
Fan of the show? Watch it sometimes?
Huge fan.
You ready to bring the heat?
I'm already so impressed. I got to speak with this young man at the break. I think he deserves that seat.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, listen, you can have it when I'm gone. He keep talking that junk.
He does. He's been saying that a lot, and he won't like it.
Watch the show in the weeks to come.
Listen,
when I'm on the road for the NBA playoffs, watch how much I apologize.
I love you.
Watch how much he's complaining. Oh, he's not here.
Take it back. Okay, so
you,
Shane, as you prepare for the draft, you told our Chris Mortensen that your doctor said that you do not need surgery on your toe. And for our viewers who don't know, you injured it at the Citrus Bowl.
Yes.
You were calling it bad turf toe. But then our draft expert did another mock draft last night, and they've dropped you already down to 29 because of health concerns. Are you healthy?
Yes, I am. You know, I got my foot checked out, and unfortunately the timing of the injury was just bad happening at my bowl game. And to try to, with the amount of time that I had to try to prepare for the pro day, for my combine and my pro day, I just haven't had time to actually recover from the actual injury. And honestly, I don't need surgery. I mean, there's a rumor going out that I need surgery. I met with a foot specialist, and he just said I just need time, and that's what.
How much time?
Pretty much, I'm predicted to be ready. If not a little bit into rookie camp, definitely by the season.
So it's not going to be one of those situations where you're going to find yourself sitting out for 4 or 5 months, and you're not going to be ready to go come opening day or anything like that.
No, not at all. I just need time. I haven't had it, and you know, it's an injury that if you keep, you know, working on it and don't give it the proper time to actually heal, it's not going to go away. And with having to prepare and do all the workouts I've had to do, I just haven't had time to get it to where it needs to be yet.
You know what just makes me sick about this?
I know it. Say it for me.
He played in a bowl game for his school, and he got no money to play in that bowl game. He was not on salary at the University of Missouri.
That's right.
And now, because of an injury sustained in that bowl game, playing for free, you get your room, board, and tuition, obviously, playing for free, you just might drop all the way from an early 3rd in the draft all the way, let's just for the sake of this discussion, say you fall to 29th. You are being cost millions and millions of dollars to fall all the way down that board because of something that happened playing for free for your school. How does that make you feel about whether college athletes deserve to be paid?
Well, when I think about it, of course, you talk to all the college athletes, they want to get paid and have, you know, just a little extra help. Not necessarily get a huge increase in your stipend or anything like that, but a little extra help goes a long way. I mean, I know I'm calling my family left and right, hey, Mom, you know, I might need extra a few dollars to get through the week here and there. And, I mean, it just kind of is what it is. And you know, I think hopefully, you know, they make a few changes to make things better. So, you know, this conversation and issue will just change. But for me personally, you know, it happened and I just got to move past it. You know, it's just something that happened in my life and I just got to accept it.
But see, one of the things that I do, and Skip, more to your point, you didn't run at the NFL scouting combine because of the injury, but on the pro day you did like a 4.64. That's what they said. My thing is that if you perform in college at an elite level, I think the kind of exposure they ask you to subject yourself to, the scouting combine, the pro day, I think that should be limited. What are your thoughts about that? I'm just wondering from that perspective, the fact that they ask y'all to do so much, even after you've already performed on the collegiate level for so long.
Well, in my thoughts, I mean, this whole process, I felt like I've been under a huge microscope. You know, everybody analyzing, you know, bits and pieces here and there, and you know, especially with me and my injury, it's just giving them so much more to talk about. And, you know, I think, of course, I think the combine is necessary. You know, you want to go out there and show your skills, but, you know, there is a little limit to, I feel like, things that you should do, especially if you're going through an injury. And for me, you know, this whole process, I've been, you know, scrutinized left and right about, you know, a toe injury, and I just haven't been able to be my best because of just the process and, you know, meeting with teams and all those things.
Where are you of the mindset that you should fall in the draft? Looking at the players, knowing, I'm sure you've done your homework on teams, what they think they need, where you think you might fit in. I'm not asking you specifically where, but where do you think you should fall in the draft?
Well, I can't really speak on numbers on teams on where I should go, but when we're talking about players, I feel like I'm the best defensive end, outside linebacker in this draft. I mean, I led the SEC in sacks and tackle for losses, and I think my film speaks for itself. But unfortunately, with my injury, I wasn't really able to show exactly what I could do with, you know, my speed and my agility and those things in my pro day. But at the end of the day, man, you turn on that tape and you see what you get. And I'm the most dominant defensive end in this class.
You better in the 3-4 or 4-3?
I could play either one.
What are you better? Which one are you better, or which one do you prefer?
Honestly, I would enjoy playing in the 3-4 as a stand-up outside linebacker. You know, the original issue with me was the question on if I could get to a heavy enough weight to be able to play in a 4-3. And, you know, I got my weight up to 250. And as athletic as I feel like I am and the confidence I have in myself and my play, I definitely feel like I could transfer to a 3-4 outside linebacker and still dominate.
Our Tom Rinaldi did a terrific piece on you, although
Wonderful.
That's just redundant from you. Every piece he
Yeah.
does.
It's
Tom
terrific.
Rinaldi's fantastic.
With teardrops at the end of all.
Yes.
You grew up in a neighborhood in Kansas City called the Murder Factory. Give us some quick idea of how that helped the toughness you need to play that position that you play.
I think it's helped a lot in the simple fact that, you know, it was hard growing up. And you have to kind of have a mentality or a tough mentality to make it through a lot of the adversity, adverse situations that you're put in growing up in that environment. And, you know, I had, you know, a great support system around me to help mold me to the person I am today. And, you know, of course, I continue to thank all those people. But it definitely adds a little bit extra to it and who it made me on the football field as well, just trying to be aggressive and just consistently I call it being a dog mentality, just keep coming and coming. And I think that's just definitely come from my background and how I was raised and things I've been through.
One of the things I like about watching this kid, Skip, is that, you know, you obviously have the background that you have, obviously coming from the mean streets, having to handle your business. I'm looking at today's NFL players, at least some of the stories that have been out there, and guys seem to have a real struggle of leaving certain things behind, the same old story.
Yeah.
Doesn't appear to be the case with you. Is that a correct way to surmise it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. I mean, when you think of the stories like guys with, you know, Aaron Hernandez and, you know, their past kind of bringing them down, as they're moving forward in their careers, I mean, that's just a decision you have to make that, you know, I'm not going to put myself in that situation. You know, you made it out of there for a reason. And I feel like, you know, with the opportunity that I've been presented, you know, I'm not going to give that up for anything back in the hood. It's not going down like that. You know, I have people in my family that are looking to me to be successful. And, you know, my mom, you know, I would hate to be on national television, arrested in handcuffs over just a really poor decision and disappoint my family and my mom after everything they've done for me to get here.
All right, there are a couple of things that I've been on the Twitter. It says that you threw out the first pitch at the Royals game.
Yes.
How'd that go?
Great. It was a dream come true, coming from Kansas City and, you know, walking out on that mound, especially with the success that the city's having. And, you know, my biggest thing was getting that pitch across the first plate, off the home plate. You know, that was the biggest thing.
I'm wondering, are you going to have a conversation with them about how they've been out?
Tell them they
We'll get into that later.
I think they need him.
They might need you, or they need to come and play some football instead of baseball. They seem more interested in playing football than baseball these
Talk to your
days.
boy, you know him? Tell him to behave.
I have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
You know, I don't mind the idea of them calling the bad boys of baseball, though. I like that a little bit.
You got to be bad boys because you balling on the field as opposed to fighting.
Right.
It is baseball.
You are a basketball fan, from my understanding.
Yes, I am.
Kobe Bryant fan. But who's winning the series? Who's winning it all, rather?
Oh, man, see, you know, I'm a basketball fan, but I really just kind of watch players. And,
Yeah.
You know, I'm a LeBron fan, Steph Curry, you know,
Yes.
superstars, man. I like watching them. But, you know, I see Cleveland being a really good team, and, you know, I don't know if they're going to take it out, but Steph's doing his thing. He might carry that team all the way.
Yeah. All right, so why'd you pick Mayweather?
Oh, it's Floyd.
What does that mean?
Floyd doesn't lose.
What does that
It's
mean?
Floyd doesn't lose. He doesn't lose. I didn't even have to look at the Pacquiao side to know who I was going to pick.
Was there any real?
This is a top 5 pick in the NFL draft.
Redo the draft.
He's smart. He's talented. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He might. I think #1 consideration. I think it was.
America is going to be in shock the night of May the 2nd when it comes clear that Manny Pacquiao is clearly superior.
I'm just upset because I really have a lot of things that I have to do. You understand? I got my crew boys coming. You understand? And I got to waste time instead of going to the after party celebrate. I got to sit there and console you.
Yeah.
I mean,
want to do that.
It's just real bad, man. You know?
I'm just hoping you actually show up for our show the following Monday. That's what I'm worried about already.
Where's that gonna be?
I'm counting the days. It's right here.
They're going to be here.
Right here in that
You're not
show.
going to be in Connecticut?
I won't be here.
You'll be still in
I'll be in
Vegas.
Vegas.
You'll be running. You'll
I'll be in
on
Vegas.
the lam
No, I'll
somewhere.
still
On
be
the
in Vegas.
lamb.
I'll still be in
You will
Vegas.
not be able to be found.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, Shane's sitting here
Where
like,
is he
okay,
now?
great. Okay, what's
I might have
happening?
Floyd sit right next to me just to laugh at you.
Meantime, in between time, you will be in Chicago. We wish you the best
All
of
the
luck.
best to you
It's
so
been a
much.
pleasure. Speaking of the fight, on the other side of the break, common opponents breakdown Floyd and Manny. We discuss it when we return. Common opponents, people who fought them both.
Please. Who cares what they have to say?
Oscar,
Cares what they have to
Shane,
say.
you don't care about these people?
They just want to hate
Oh
on
no?
Floyd.
You don't want to hear about
Hate
it?
on Floyd.
That's all they want to do.
Like, I give it to Pacquiao. Pacquiao, he's the underdog.
He's talented.
He got a whole lot.
Well, the former Missouri defensive end won the 2014 SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Shane Ray, a top NFL prospect, according to our draft experts. Welcome to First Take. I hear you say you've been dying to be here. This is what you've been waiting for?
Definitely.
Fan of the show? Watch it sometimes?
Huge fan.
You ready to
You know
bring
what,
the
I'm
heat?
already-
Take it back.
Watch how
Take
much
it back.
he's complaining.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not here.
Take it back.
Let's
Okay,
talk
so
about you, bro.
Shane, as you prepare for the draft, you told our Chris Mortensen that your doctor said that you do not need surgery on your toe. And for our viewers who don't know, you injured it at the Citrus Bowl.
Yes, yeah.
You were calling it bad turf toe. But then our draft expert just...
I just haven't had time to actually recover from the actual injury, and honestly, I don't need surgery. I mean, there's a rumor going out that I need surgery. I met with a foot specialist, and he just said I just need time, and that's what.
How much time?
Pretty much, I'm predicted to be ready. If not, a little bit into rookie camp, definitely by the season.
So impressed. I got to speak with this young man.
Yeah.
Break. I think he deserves that seat.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
No?
listen, you can have it when I'm gone. He keep talking that junk.
He does. He's been saying that a lot, and he won't like
Watch
it.
as you watch the show in the
You-
weeks to come.
listen, you
when I'm on the road
take
for
it
the
back.
NBA playoffs, watch how much
Take it back.
apologize.
Another mock draft last night, and they've dropped already down to 29 because of health concerns. Are you healthy?
Yes, I am. You know, I got my foot checked out, and unfortunately, the timing of the injury was just bad happening at my bowl game, and to try to, with the amount of time that I had to try to prepare for the pro day, for my combine and my pro day.